Hello.
Hi Adam, how you doing?
Good evening good afternoon over there. I'm fine. I'm having a beautiful Sunday evening here in
In
Manila
Manila.
right now. How
So
are you?
how many hours in front are you? So what time's it there now?
We're
Okay,
ahead by 6 hours. I think it's 9:05 p.m.
okay,
here
yeah,
in
it's
Manila.
yeah, yeah, and it's 3 p.m. here. But no, it's a lovely warmish for a winter's day, so it's a lovely winter summer afternoon here in South Africa.
I envy you. I want winter too. I want my country to have a winter weather here because all year long it's so humid here. It's always hot. If it's hot, if it's not hot, it's cold. Yeah, so
So
yeah.
do you experience a
So
lot of different weather like patterns, or does it kind of remain constant throughout the whole year?
no, we only have two kinds of weather here in the Philippines. It's hot and rainy season. So our summer season begins at March, ends in May, and then the rainy season from January until December. But if you want to come for a perfect weather here in the Philippines, you should try coming here around December
Okay.
until February. Yeah, because it's cool. Because the cold winds from Siberia and China, we can feel it in our country by then. So from December to February, once it hits March, that's where we feel, that's where
Yeah.
it starts getting
Yeah.
hot and humid. Yeah, that means summer is already about to start. So South Africa has four
Yes, yeah. So
seasons.
we do have the main two, so summer and winter, and then you do get those in between autumn and spring. But it depends on the year. Sometimes our autumns and springs are a little bit less or longer depending on um, I don't know, depending on the weather patterns and all of so. But yeah, normally like now in winter, so now it seems to be like it is going to be quite a coldish winter. Last year we didn't experience that cold winter, but I can see already from what we've seen this year and felt this year, our winter is going to be a little bit more colder this year. And then our summers are also hot. I must say, our summers are hot, not as hot and humid as I believe out there by you. But no, I must say I do enjoy South Africa's weather because even though it is a winter's day, we still kind of get the sun. Sorry, we do kind of get the sun full year round. I mean, yes, you do get your days where it's overcast and clouded and all of that, but most of the time the weather is quite nice, warm, and yeah, just a sunny day.
I envy you. I envy you. I wish we have a weather like that here in Manila. So, but yeah, but for I know for Westerners or other foreigners, they like our weather here in Manila. I guess it only goes to show there's a saying that what you
Hmm.
don't have, you crave for more, or the other way around. So, yeah.
That's
So, how are you, Tylo? Thank you so much for allowing me to interview you at the very last minute as you are on the last leg of your preparation for
yes.
Mr. Supranational.
Yes, final leg, 2 weeks today, actually. I mean, in 2 weeks' time today, I'm on a flight already. So, yeah, so 2 weeks is hectic. Yeah, because I think I fly the 2nd of July. I think I fly, yeah, round about, oh no, sorry, I think I'm only flying the evening. So I will be making my way to the airport at this time in 2 weeks. But yeah, so it's going good. It's going fantastic. Very busy, I must say. But I mean, the team behind me for Mr. Supranational South Africa, they just know how to guide me and they know what I need in these times as well. So they do give me my time to breathe as well as they do kind of make it so efficient for me to get stuff done and easily to actually continue with other things going forward. So I must say this journey so far has been phenomenal. I'm in my seventh heaven at the moment.
Wait, before we proceed with the interview, can we engage some of our followers who are watching us right now? Jen Spantley, who is coming all the way from America, is saying hi to you. She says, "Hey Brian, you're so hot." Oh, someone. Oh, the other comment. Tyler is so hot. Tylo, I think,
Thank
uh,
you.
comes from Chrissy. Tyler is so hot. Yeah, I need an air conditioner because my office here doesn't have an air condition. Yeah, so yeah, I'm sweating relentlessly as I do this interview. Yeah, um, so so like what you said, you've been preparing, being prepped by Mr. Supranational South Africa. So what's the most challenging part of your
Yes,
preparation right
so
now?
one of the most difficult parts I would say is, I know it's a cliche thing to say, but it's time management, because it's kind of like I've never done something like this before. So I kind of have to now kind of think in a way of, listen, okay, I need to think forward. So this is going to happen in 2 weeks. So I need to already start prepping for that. It can't just come 2 weeks and then I'm like, okay, I need to do this. You kind of now need to start planning your months ahead, or weeks ahead rather. But I would say, yes, it's been going very well. I would say time management is one of the main things that you kind of have to focus on. And then there comes a point where it's no longer time management, but it's now kind of, especially in this time towards the competition now with 2 weeks to go, now we kind of switch over to time optimization. So that's meaning you multitask. So while you're doing this, you know you need to do something else, just so that we can kind of fit everything in, because we're still busy with fittings, we're still busy seeing designers, and then I still need to get my own personal stuff, just like cosmetics and all of that, and then also get my hair cut and everything. So you kind of just need to make all of these lists and not forget anything in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, I must say.
So can I say multitasking is the new procrastination?
There's no time for procrastination. As soon as I realize I'm procrastinating, I realize tomorrow is going to be so much more difficult. So there's literally like, you kind of look what you can manage, and if you can't manage it, you leave it for tomorrow. But other than that, you're the whole time busy with a few things. So yes, if I had to procrastinate now as well, I don't think I'll be ready in 2 weeks.
But great, but I'm so glad that Mr. Supranational Organization led by Sir Wayne has been on top of the situation, has been guiding you in preparing for your competition. You know, Brian Javier, I don't know if you know him. He's a fellow pageant blogger from the United States. He's dropping some comments here like those lips are just dot 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 dot. I don't know what do you mean by that
I think
angry
he's talking about.
emoticon.
I think he's talking about yours.
Mine? No, no, there's a South African flag. No, I don't think he's referring to me. He has some fun for you. Yeah, Brian. Okay. Yeah, I'm already saying it for Brian out loud here right now. yeah, so are you ready? Are you ready? Have you finished everything that you need to finish as
So
early as
we
now?
about, we can say we're about 90% there. So this week that has passed, I just I went to my parents. So I just took the week off. I just recollected my thoughts, got my mindset ready, and, just like chill, just spend time with the parents, spend time a little bit in nature and here and there, just to kind of be with myself, be me. And so luckily the organization allowed me to do so. So they were like, okay, cool, you can take the week off. But as soon as I come back, then I'm refreshed and I'm re-energized. Then we go full steam again. So yeah, we've got a few more fittings next weekend or so, but then everything should be done. So we're planning everything within this week. So by the end of next weekend, we should be done. Yes. So then I would be ready.
How excited are you? How excited are you
Like,
to go
I
to
don't know if you can see
Poland?
my hand, but I'm here. um, yeah, so
Yes.
in the beginning, you say, yes, you're excited, you can't wait, but you don't actually feel it because it's so far away. But now that it's 2 weeks to go, now I'm like really starting to feel it. Like you get that little anxiousness inside of you, but then I just realize it's going to be such a great experience. Then I just get super excited. So, yes, I am definitely more excited than anxious, but I'm definitely a little bit nervous as well.
For sure, you'll definitely love it there. I mean, I've chatted with some of the delegates, male delegates so far. They seem to be very nice and genuine. So I hope you're really in for a very, very good time.
No,
As you
I
said,
also
with
can't,
Poland.
but I've also spoken with a few candidates here as well, from here and there. And I must say, like, just the kind of conversations that we had and everything, it just makes me more excited to go, because now you've kind of already broken the ice with a few of them. So when you go there, you're already going to feel kind of like brothers, or you're going to be like already friends. So, and I mean, I can also see they're genuine people that also have so much going for them, and they have so much that they stand for. So it's nice to know that there are so many other people that kind of have the same goal as you in life, going forward to inspire others. So no, I can't wait. I'm just, like I said, I'm here. I'm here.
Definitely, definitely. You know, as I read more about you, you are a
Yeah.
chemical engineer by profession. So what is a chemical engineer? Good looking chemical engineer like you doing in a pageant like
Um,
Mr. Supranational.
so I completed my degree in chemical engineering, but then I actually did my master's in data science. So I'm actually a data scientist currently. So that's my normal 9 to 5. So I work with a whole lot of data, mathematics, and stats, and then we come up with solutions to inform our clients on informative decision making processes so that they can easily just make decisions that will benefit the company rather than actually have a negative impact on them. So that's currently what I do my 9 to 5, but I've always been a people's person. I see myself, I get my energy off of other people, and I enjoy so much helping others, especially these that feel like they don't have a voice or that they're not being seen. So it's always been like a passion of mine to motivate others and inspire others. So in between, while working, I've kind of also like wanted to do presenting and motivational speaking and all of that. And then somebody actually told me about the Mr. Supranational platform and what they stand for. And then I was like, this falls in line with everything that I value in life. So then I was just waiting for the right time. I felt like I needed to grow just a little bit more me as a person in order to inspire others. So I've known about the supranational brand probably for about 2 years now. So I've been working on myself for 2 years, and then this year was the year when I felt like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I know who I am. I know what I stand for, and I know what I can give to other people. So yes, then I decided I'm ready. Let's do this. So as I mentioned, this is the first time I've done something like this before. So I'm learning so much, and it's incredible.
So what has been that one learning that you've had so far that has quite made an impact in your journey so far?
One of the main impacts I would say is because we raise awareness of what we stand for, and just as the brand as a whole, one of the things I would say that has kind of stood out for me is just being vigilant, looking what's around you, understanding what's around you, seeing everybody around you, what their needs are, what their background is, where they're coming from. Because we live a very, and I mean, the younger me would testify, we live a very selfish life sometimes. We just worry about ourselves and we think what's good for us and we go along. So even though you see other people and you think you kind of take them into consideration, you don't actually understand where they're coming from and what type of help they need. So this platform has really allowed me to take the time, understand everybody kind of around me, what they need, and how I can assist them and them assist me going forward. And therefore, we can create a better world.
How do you develop that sense of giving back, like that sense of community? Because let's face it, you said you are working as a data
Mm.
analyst or scientist, and until you bump into the supranational platform, that was then you realize the impact that it could generate. So I wonder, was there a particular point in time of your younger life where you realize the need to be of service to other people? That's why when you encountered a platform like Mr. Supranational, it was easy for you to connect that part of your life to what
Yeah,
Supranational is representing
that's
right now.
that's a very good question. I kind of think, if I'm thinking now, as I go back to when I was younger, I think I have to thank my parents for that, to be honest with you, Because ever since I was young and ever since I can remember, my mom has always taught us, know your value, know how valuable you are and what you're worth, but always know that you're not more valuable than somebody else. Somebody else is just as valuable as you are. So never undermine yourself, but never put somebody or never put yourself above anybody else. So I've kind of always been in that mindset from a young age of helping others. And I think my friends and people around me can testify. I will jump in a bus for anybody. That's literally just the type of person I am. So I will go to the ends of the earth to help people, especially people in need and all of that. So it's kind of been part of my lifestyle, I would say. But as I mentioned, you live quite a selfish life. So you think you're this person and you think you're giving enough back or you understand a lot, but not actually when you kind of incorporate it into your life than what I did with this platform. That's when you truly understand, oh wait, I haven't actually been doing this. I've been telling myself I'm doing this, but I'm not actually doing the fullest potential as what I could. And yeah, so the switch, to be honest with you, it did come naturally for me. It was a big realization when I found, oh wait, I'm not actually doing as much as an impact as I thought I am. So luckily with the platform as Mr. Supranational, as well as with the one in South Africa, they've allowed me to actually broaden my audience as well as to impact a whole lot more people than what I would have done or been able to on my own. So it was basically just that realization switch. And then once I realized that, I was like, okay, cool. Now we're going full throttle. Now we can help even more people.
Yeah. So now you're helping a lot of people through your ground up project. Can you tell
Yes,
us more
so
about it?
there's something that lies so close to my heart. So my From the Ground Up project is called Valuable, where we have the slogan, I am able, therefore I'm valuable. So currently I'm focusing on people with disabilities, whether it's mentally or physically. So we kind of take these individuals and then we upskill them to either become entrepreneurs one day, or we upskill them in a way that they can form part of established firms. And then as I've gone through this process, I've realized a lot of the disabilities or a lot of these individuals have more than multiple disabilities. They don't only have one, they could have multiple. And some of these individuals are not, or these disabilities don't only affect the individual themselves, but it also affects their families and their loved ones and their inner circle. And that's when I realized we kind of need to educate families as well. We need to educate families how they can make easy day-to-day life routines easier for this individual so that it's not so much of a struggle for them actually going through everyday life routines. And then just the last part that we also focus on is we go to workspaces and then we kind of also explain to them how these individuals, even though they have these disabilities, how they are actually normal and how they can also cooperate at full capacity if you maybe change one or two small things in your company and how you operate. So it's mostly evolving around everybody being able to feel valuable in their life and also trying to make a difference.
Why did you choose that particular segment of our society, those marginalized, those people who are handicapped or with disabilities? Why did you specifically choose to help them for your
Yeah,
ground
as
up
I
project?
mentioned, it's something that sure, it lies close to my heart. I'm going to try not to tear up. But anyway, so one of my friend's siblings, they were born deaf. And so it's his younger brother. And I could see kind of how, because I was like his long life friend, so I could kind of see how frustrated it is. And then he didn't always understand, like his parents are giving so much attention to the younger brother because the brother is deaf. And he doesn't understand it, and they're giving him so much attention, but it's not working. He's not getting better. He's not hearing better. So a lot of people, he couldn't understand like what exactly this disability is and actually how it impacts his life as well as his brother's life. So it kind of, and I've gone through that through my whole life with him, you know. I mean, kind of, you're still young there, so you take his side and you're like, yeah, man, he'll get over it or something. Because, I mean, you yourself don't always realize what a disability is until you actually educate it. And then as I got educated and you understand more about this disability and all of that, that's kind of where it's difficult to explain. But then the younger brother that is deaf, he started being bullied and everything because he can't hear. And so he kind of took a step back because he felt like he wasn't valuable. And then my friend, his brother, at that point was also so taken back because his family just provided for the brother the whole time. They were focused on him. So he felt like he wasn't actually part of the family because they focused so much on the brother. So both of them were kind of like not in this good mind space at all. So, and we kind of went through that through life. So I don't want to go too much into detail of that. But yeah, as I said, it's something that I've kind of been with my whole life, just from my friend's point of view. And I just realized, I mean, these are two of the most incredible people I've ever met in my life. And just because of this one slight disability that can easily be kind of managed, but just because it isn't managed that quick enough and is that well enough, it kind of escalated into somebody that just kind of evolved into self-esteem issues and all of that. So yeah, not going too much into that, but that's kind of why when I had to start my From the Ground Up project, it was kind of a no-brainer because I've had this need in me for so long just to kind of know how I can help the world understand what these disabilities are and just how we can go forward with them, making them better.
I'm glad that you're taking up that cause because whenever, let's say, now I see a lot of people, a lot of companies hiring all these handicapped individuals to at least become, productive members of the society instead of just being marginalized and relegated to their
Yes,
respective
no, and
households.
exactly the way you're saying it. So it's for me. So, and can I just say what inspires me the most nowadays is also when somebody with disabilities actually starts their own company, and I'm seeing it so much more these days. And then it just, oh man, then I just sit there for a moment with tears in my eyes because it's just so amazing how society told them, no, you're disabled, you're not that valuable. And then they go and prove them wrong by actually starting their own company and actually having people under them working for them. And that is just like, that is what I stand for. That's incredible. And so, yeah, and we do see it more in workplaces now. Again, they do kind of here and there accommodate a little bit more. Unfortunately, I don't know if everywhere around the world, but in South Africa, not all disabilities are always catered for, especially in the workspaces as well. So that's where we want to kind of go out and explain a little bit more, because it's easy to see somebody with a off arm or off leg, but you can't always see somebody that is maybe blind or maybe deaf or maybe that has mental disabilities and all of that. So you kind of need to make them aware of all of the disabilities that they are and just how you can actually work with them in order to make them work in the workplace.
It's so noble of you, instead of really just focusing on your own career advancement, you even really think about the other people in your community. I mean, yeah, sometimes, yeah. I mean, I just commend people like you who would really go out their way to really make this segment of our population feel loved, nurtured, and made made importance and given importance as a productive member
Yeah.
of our society,
Yeah,
right?
and thank you for that. Yeah, it's really, you said it so well. I think it's just something from a young age where, I mean, it's also something that my parents taught me. It's kind of every time I had an opportunity and I didn't get it, my parents would quickly say it wasn't your time. God has a better plan for you and all of that. But then my mom also told me everybody has all the right to all the world's resources and opportunities. Not only you as an individual have all the rights to all the opportunities. Everybody has all the rights. Everybody has the capability of achieving any of the opportunities there are in the world. So why must we as society stop any of the other individuals from getting the opportunities that they want? So yeah, it's just been with that for me from a young age. And yeah, I'm carrying it through life as my motto.
What are some skills that you have developed about yourself as a result of adopting this advocacy or gun up project for the marginalized, for this particular segment of our population?
Yeah, so much, especially to even myself. I mean, I was normally usually only this one disability, but now I'm starting to interact with a whole lot of more people with different disabilities. So you kind of need to know and understand what need they have, and just you never want to make them feel less valuable. So you never want to go there already with a mindset saying, okay, you are here, I need to help you. You must treat them as an equal from the get-go. So if they, like, let's say somebody's in a wheelchair and they drop something, you mustn't now make a big fuss that they drop something and they can't pick it up and all of that. You can first say, must I try and help you? Are you going to first try and pick it up? Then I will assist you. So you must kind of go in with the mindset as they are equal. Never handle them with, oh, shame, they do need your help. You need to help them. They are the weaker one and all of that. That's one of the main things that I learned with anybody with a disability is handle them as equal as what you would with anybody that you're talking to on a day-to-day basis. So that was the main thing that I kind of had to wrap my head around, just understanding the person, what need do they need, and then seeing how I can learn this or how I can accommodate them rather by treating them as normal as possible, with just giving them that little guidance without them actually realizing you are helping them, just to make it easier for them and that they still actually feel like they are valuable.
I'm glad. I'm really happy with what I'm hearing. So in a way, are you saying, in other words, you have become more empathetic as a result of helping them in
Yeah,
your society?
yeah. I see, and the thing is, if I can just say, I see so much of myself in every individual of this person. I mean, there's some of these little kids that we help, like even this little things that they start doing is one of the things that I do. Like there was this one day as well, like I was busy working with the kids, and I like always do now and then like this little thing, and then this little kid was also doing it, and like that just broke my heart. And no, the love and the care and the kindness that I have for other people, and especially through this platform, once I started my From the Ground Up project, has grown. I mean, I would say it's at 100% capacity, but I think I'm long gone 100%. I think I'm, yeah, 200% capacity, where the love and the kindness that I want to give to everybody is just, it's bubbling out of me. That's just the kind of person I am. And I'm very grateful for that. I do know it's not always sustainable, because you do give a lot of yourself. So you do need to kind of recharge yourself. So that's very important to understand when you can give to somebody else and when you kind of need to say, okay, I need to focus on myself. But luckily, yeah, because I've been doing it such a long time, I feel I feel loved when I can give my love to somebody else, if that makes sense.
True. And we do really not have the right to discriminate people.
No,
That's what I'm learning
no,
from you. We have to fight for inclusivity for these
yeah,
people
and
as well.
that's like kind of the two things that I stand for, like inclusivity and equality. I mean, who are we as society to judge anybody based on their disability or based on their gender or color and all of that? So, yeah, at the end of the day, we are all human. We are all here for one another. So if we can just be kinder to one another, the world will definitely be a better place.
I wonder, have you also written a script about them? Because I watched your Supra video, and you disclose in your interesting fact question is that you like watching movies, and you've written some unpublished scripts for a few years now. So I wonder, since you have you support this cause, these people with disabilities have so much impact and resonate so much with you. I wonder, have you also written a script about them that could probably be translated into a movie deal or a book deal in the
That
near
would be the
future?
dream. But yes, now that you mention it, and now I'm like going through the few movies that I've written, um, very unpublished, like very like that is literally one of my dreams to just publish at least one of them when I'm older or so. But thinking of it, I wouldn't necessarily say it's more towards with the name valuable, but it does. I think there's two movies. Definitely one where um, the child the child was always a known, so he's like a kind of a dancer type of vibes. So he was always like on top of his game. He was always he was the best of the best. And then there was an accident and he lost his one leg and his one arm. And then all of a he does get like these prosthetic arms and legs, and then he kind of trains himself and to become this incredible dancer with these missing limbs, if you would call it that. But then as soon as he started going into like competitions and competing with other students or so, the students used to moan that it hurts them if they pick them up, or normally if they have to work within a group of a dance or something, like these, especially like the leg would maybe slice one of them or cut them accidentally or so. And then they like started to, not saying it, but they started moving him out where they kind of discriminate against him, saying that they don't want to dance with him, so they don't want to do this routine with him. So that's at that moment where he then realized, oh, now my disability is putting me back. So then he kind of needs to go on this whole life journey of making sure that he is valuable and that he does feel valuable. And then he ends up opening his own dance school, especially for kids with disabilities. So now that you mention it, I've actually just realized that I have actually written something that does actually involve disabilities. Yeah, so that's one of the main ones. The other ones also do kind of touch here and there, but there's not the full story based on a disability. But yeah, I do enjoy various movies. I don't know if you want to touch later on that, but so I've written quite a various, like I've written comedies and I've also written a horror. And yeah, and then I've also written about 3 inspirational movies. And then, yeah, so I've even written a musical, so we were busy also producing music for one of the musicals as well. It's not.
Oh, you're so talented. You can do so many things. Oh my gosh. But how come? So do you have any plans of pursuing filmmaking in the near future? Because you're already writing
Yeah,
scripts.
it was definitely something that I value in life for myself as well. It's definitely something that's been a passion of mine since a very, very young age. I mean, like I said in that video, I was literally, my parents got so tired of me watching the same movie over and over again. But then I would tell them every time something different about the movie. And then they were just like, but why didn't you just watch the thing in the beginning? And I'm like, no, because I'm focusing on different things. And it's weird how it works. Like one time when I watched the movie, I'll only maybe focus on the music. I'll focus on the music that's playing in between everything. I'll focus on the emotions that the music actually gives to the audience as well. And then the next time I work it, or the next time I watch it, I only watch the camera angles. I watch how the camera angle affects the mood and affects the storyline and so on and so forth. So it's definitely been something of a very that's been with me my whole life. So I would definitely want to pursue something like this growing older. But at first, I just wanted to study, kind of get a degree, kind of get myself working, that I can get capital in order to actually fund my own movie one day. So that's kind of been the whole process, as what I've been thinking of, just funding my own movie. But now as I'm getting old and you're getting wiser, you know that you can actually go take your story and go like to a film industry and tell them, listen, you want to make this movie, can you assist me with that? So maybe definitely in the future, you never know.
What was that one movie that inspired you to write scripts? I wonder.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily that's made me start writing, but literally the movie that started everything was Shrek. The anime Shrek,
Shrek.
yes. That was the first movie I ever watched in the cinemas. So that just blew my brain. That was just like, I need to know how they did this, especially being animation. So then I was even more intrigued from, wait, this is not human. This is like animation. This is cartoons. Like, how do they do it? And I mean, I think I was in grade 1 when I saw that movie. And then I'm like asking my mom, can you please like Google, can you like please get me information on how to create animation stuff? And my mom was just like, why does this 7-year-old want to know all these things and all of that? So yeah, it's been at a very young age that kind of inspired me. And it kind of just came over the years. As I started like watching movies, like then I would find myself actually, so what I used to do when I was younger is I would like kind of just, instead of drawing pictures, I would doodle like storylines, like just a few lines of like story ideas or so. And I remember the one time, I think it was year around about, not in grade 7, I think, where I actually started writing. And then when I looked again, I wrote full 2 pages of this story. And that's when I realized, wait, I can actually do something with this. And then I just started evolving on top of that. And it just came, yeah. And then I finished that one. And then I was like, oh, wait, here's another idea. And then we just kind of went on and that with that. So, yeah, that I wouldn't say it's necessarily a movie that sparked me to start writing, but Shrek started the whole thing.
So I want to ask, so if that was your um interest that and that that's put a seed on your heart, how come you didn't how come you didn't take that
Yeah, so yeah, it's very difficult to also explain that because
yeah,
I'm a
okay.
very curious person. I'll try and explain it. So I'm a very curious person. I like knowing what I don't know, and especially coming in from a engineering background, and now the data background is, it's a lot of stuff to do with not necessarily something that you can see. So chemicals, a whole lot of like chemical reactions. So there's a whole lot of stuff to do with temperature and all of that. So you don't necessarily see these reactions, but you know they're working. So it was always for me fascinating to understand how something is made, chemically bond, and all of those type of things. So it was always for me fascinating to kind of understand why do these two things, if you put these two things together, it makes this sort of formula and all of that. So that is kind of what inspired me to become a chemical engineer. And then doing my master's in data, once again, with our world evolving so much in the technology space, and companies and, well, basically everything is trying to get data from you as a person. So it was for me very interesting just to know and understand where our world is moving towards and what is this data thing and just how can it impact our lives going forward. And that's when I studied then data science, just to understand what type of data there is, what kind of value does data actually bring to organizations if they understand the data better and they can make models on top of that. So yeah, I have a lot of interests, and at that point in my age when I was supposed to choose what I want to study, I think the curiosity for just knowing the unknown was for me bigger than being able to write scripts and that, because I knew I would always do it. It's part of me. It's something that I grew up with, so I know I will always pursue it on the sideline. But for me, it was for me more important to now know what I don't know and know that I want to know what I don't know.
That's so deep. Can you repeat what you just said? I mean, the last part. It's okay for me what I know that I don't
Yeah.
know than what I don't know that I know. Can you say that again? Wait, I'm trying to process that. We're so deep. We're so cerebral.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to. I can't even think, but yeah. So as I mentioned, I don't like, or I like to know what I don't know, and then once I know what I don't know, I want to know. No, oh, now I got confused. I want to know what I don't know, and then know what I don't know. I got confused now. Now I left. Now I completely.
Yeah. So in a way, you're a very inquisitive sponge. You like to absorb new things. That's what I'm getting from you.
Definitely yes, yes.
Wow, wow. I mean, wow. What a beautiful mind you have right there. I mean, wow, you write scripts, you can even be a motivational speaker, you help people in your community. I mean, my God, you can probably be a politician or get married very, very soon. And, that woman will be a very, very lucky wife to you.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah. Like I said, I get bored very easily as well. So I like to challenge my brain and I like to challenge my mindset as well. So, like I said, knowing what I don't know and then making sure I understand what I don't know and then know what I don't know. It's kind of, yeah, it's just been my lifestyle. It's always been for me. I would say my brain is kind of like a sponge because I like to absorb the information that I don't necessarily. If I know something that I don't understand it, I go and I understand it to make sure that I understand the full concept of it. So yeah, it's been my lifestyle since a very young age.
What a beautiful, handsome nerd you are. Yes. So, as
Thank
much as
you,
I
Adam.
want to talk to you longer, probably I might be boring you right now because of short attention span. So, I'll try to have a few more questions as I wrap this up. So, there's no doubt, for sure, Mr. Andre Slay and Sir Gerald will be so impressed with what you will have to say once the preliminary closed door interview. For sure, you'll definitely be serving there. I mean, they easily be impressed with your credentials, with your skills. So now that you're here in Mr. Supranational, and for sure it is a matter of great pride for you to represent your country in a foreign land. So what makes you proud of your country at this moment?
Oh, yeah, I mean, other than the natural resources and the beauty of South Africa, the people are also just so incredible. So, I mean, we are a very diverse nation with so many different cultures and so many different backgrounds that just come together as one nation. I'm extremely proud of the heritage and the cultures that our country has and keeps providing. But one thing I would say that's the essence of South Africa is the fact that the people can anytime make you feel welcome. They are such welcoming people with such warm hearts. And no matter the scenario, we always try to find the bright or the silver lining in a situation. So even though sometimes things do not go the way that we want it to go, we as South Africans kind of find a way to just laugh it off and then improve on that and just carry on with our lives on top of that. So that is definitely something that I embrace of the South African nation is just the fact that we can, I don't want to say we can laugh through everything, but we do kind of adapt very easily to different scenarios.
So let me test you on that. I just have this sort of bubble that pop out of my head. So just in case on your way to Poland, you lost your luggages for the meantime. The luggages did not arrive with you to the host country.
Good.
So is it safe to say that you will easily adjust to it? You will laugh about it, like what you had said earlier, and take it one time at a day?
Yeah, so obviously it's easy to say you'll laugh about it, but obviously there will be that moments of stress and panic, and then I've kind of also, that's now where training your mindset comes along. So it's now also easy to say it, but obviously once you're there, you might react different. But I would kind of say I've trained my mindset in such a way that it doesn't help you stress about the things you don't have control over. Rather have stress about the things you can control and then change it in order for you not to feel stressed. So at that moment, yes, very stressful situation. I don't even want to think of it. I don't even want to know what my national director will do if I had to lose my luggage. Um, but yes, at that point, you kind of, first of all, you just ask, can you lend an outfit for the day? So you can kind of just ask somebody, listen, can I just get something just to wear for the day? And then the next day, you have to probably find time to go shopping and just to kind of make the best of the situation and go look for other types of clothing within the country that you can maybe still show your style off in a way. But kind of, yeah, you're just going to have to work with it because it doesn't help you sit there and you feel sorry for yourself saying, listen, I can't find my luggage. I can't partake. Just take me back home. I mean, there's so much prep gone into this. And I mean, also, especially with so much money and all of that. So it doesn't just help you sit there and be like, okay, no, I'm not doing this. My luggage is gone. Cheers. You need to make the best of the scenario. So I would definitely find an excuse to go shopping. That would definitely.
Yes, I love that mindset because the reason why I suddenly brought this up because last year, some of the male delegates, luggages did not arrive on time.
Sure.
Mexico, who else were Cuba? Who else? There were four guys last year who did
Mm.
not arrive, who had their luggages not with them when they arrived in Malopolska. And look what
Yeah.
happened at the end. Four of the guys who made it, three or four guys who made it to the top five last
It's
year
a tough one. Yeah.
had missing luggages at the start of the competition. And it's how the way these three people probably adapted to the
Mm.
situation that it did not stop them or prevent them from enjoying the competition. That's why they still made it all the way to the top.
Wow.
So
And that's just so remarkable. Like even now, because I've watched the previous year, so even knowing that information now, it just makes me honor them so much more now. Even
Hello?
situation. Hi, sorry, can you see me?
Yeah. So in a way, so, so in a way, it was. Now that I think about it, it's more like, you know, a test of one's character in handling stressful situations. And apparently, these
Yes.
four really, you know, acquitted themselves well. Yeah. So yeah, I like what you said earlier. It's a good way. It's one good excuse for you to shop, but at the expense of your national director, if ever.
Yeah.
He
So
has to shell out.
I can either just put everything on me and make sure that I don't lose it. So I can just wear all of my outfits on the plane. That's where I know I won't lose them. Or, but yeah, no. So it would definitely, definitely a good challenge. I think it will test a whole lot of people's nerves as well as uh, adaptability, because I mean, they're going to put you in scenarios where you won't always be comfortable. You are going to be out of your comfort zone. So let's hope they don't do that as a test. But if that's a test, bring it on.
Yeah. So speaking of tests, you know, we're down to my last few questions. Don't worry. You know, as you think about the competition ahead, how do you plan to stand out in the competition? How do you plan to stand out among the rest?
Yeah, that's kind of like a lot of, especially being last week, I took a whole lot of time just to focus on myself. And that's kind of what I realized. I've been shaping myself into this person, the best that I can be. So I want to showcase myself as a South African to the world, and just being my authentic self would kind of already put me on that level because I have such a rich background of heritage and different nations, as I mentioned, I'm a curious person. So I've kind of touched on a few cultures within South Africa, and I've seen how they live, and I've seen how they kind of done their normal day-to-day lives. So just kind of wrapping all of that up into one person and being able to show that to the world is my goal at the end of the day. But yes, at mostly, I think I would stand out just being the person that I've been my whole life, just putting others above myself, making sure that everybody that's in need of help gets help as far as my limitations go. And yeah, just being true to who I am, because at the end of the day, I was chosen for a reason on the South Africa platform. So I can't be somebody else now once going to an international stage. So I need to ensure that I'm the best version of myself in order to represent South Africa.
And no doubt that you will be for sure. They will surely love you once you set foot in Poland. I can see it. I mean, you really have a very engaging personality. You're so personable, and based from your stories, you always lend an extending, you know, hand to all the people who might be needing your help. So, yeah. So on that
Oh,
note,
thank you.
thank you so, so much for allowing me to interview you. It has been such a blast. You know, we've been talking for almost an hour now, and I only promised you a 30-minute interview, but you are
Really?
that's so engaging that we are already talking for almost an hour. And as much as I want to talk to you, I don't want to overstay my welcome. So thank you so much for the opportunity to get to know you ahead of time. Even if I won't be able to come to Poland and cover the pageant, I really wish you all the luck in the world, that you will succeed in this endeavor, that you could be your country's first Mr. Supranational title holder.
Thanks, Adam. And yeah, just thanks for you. Thanks for the opportunity to actually talk to you and also get to know you a little bit. And also to actually talk about what I stand for and what I want to showcase going into Poland. So just thank you for creating this opportunity. And it's been an honor talking with you. I enjoyed it. I didn't even realize an hour's passed. That could be due to me talking so much. I apologize about that. But it's been amazing. Thank you very much.
I hope you know that a lot of people are really rooting for you to win. I mean, even win or lose, I think if you will pursue a modeling career in Europe or in South Africa, you could do it because you have a very commercial face. That's what I'm telling you. I don't know if you've been watching a lot of Mr. Supranational competitions, but yeah, yeah. So I
Oh,
see it. I see it. I see it. So all you have to do is just impress the organizers. Be nice to the
No.
chaperone. Yeah, don't give them a headache. Be professional. Once they tell you to come down for breakfast at a particular time, you better show up there ahead of time so they can see there that you are very professional and very punctual in honoring all their um, commitments, right? So
Yeah.
no doubt you do well. So I hope you have a great time there. So much love all the way from my office here in Manila. Thank you so much. I really had a great time knowing you. I wish all men are like you, sensitive enough to the needs of the society, but at the same time, you know, a man brimming of with eloquence and being a man of for others when it counts the most. Yeah.
Yes, that, and slowly we're getting there. Slowly we'll influence everybody. We'll inspire others to be the best that they can be in order to create a better world.
Now
Definitely.
that I think about it, yeah, you're the perfect representation of that, of their tagline, inspirational, aspirational. This whole interview was all about a representation of that tagline in what you're selling. So on that note, thank you so much again. God bless you and keep in touch. I hope this
Definitely.
will be the first and last time we'll be talking online for sure. For sure you'll definitely have a great time there in Poland, and I hope that we could have another live chat after the competition to talk more about your experiences. All right. Thank you so much,
Definitely.
Tylo, and to Sir Wayne of Mr. Supranational South Africa Organization. Thank you for making this interview possible. God bless you, Tylo, and I can't wait to see you in action 2 weeks from now in Poland.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. Now I'll keep you definitely up to date.
All right. Thank you so much, Tylo. Thank you so much for your kindness and generosity in
Thank
granting
you.
me this interview. God bless you and good luck. I wish I could see you
Thank
soon,
you.
but I cannot.
You must have a good evening further, and thank you for the chat. I really appreciate it. And then I'll definitely see you in the future sometime.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day to your dad, by the way. And happy Father's
Yes,
Day to you,
I'll,
sir. All right.
yes,
Thank
happy
you.
Father's Day to everybody. But I'll let my father know you said happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much. All right. Take care and God bless you. Bye.
Yes, yes, bye.